Hi, Jim Romer with your Weather Wealth newsletter report. Make sure you get a 2-week free trial period. I do offer pretty big discounts to smaller traders and farmers. You want to go to my website, bestweatherinc.com, and find out how to trade weather in commodities. Today, we're going to be talking about global angular momentum, how it affects El Nino, and also some technical analysis in trading commodities. How will global angular momentum and the El Nino situation actually affect South American weather? And we'll be having updates in a newsletter all fall and winter long. So first of all, when we talk about angular momentum, we're actually talking about the winds along the equator. And typically with El Nino, the trade winds strengthen from west to east, just like if you look at a person that puts their arms close together and spins very, very quickly, those stronger winds, the trade winds, end up bringing warmer air to the east. Your arms are further apart. The air actually does not move as quickly, and you have a situation like this on the top of your screen, kind of a neutral El Nino situation. But when the winds are blowing very strong from west to east, just like the skater putting their arms close together, you tend to have El Nino conditions, and that's what we've had over the last few months. The question is, will El Nino become strong or not? Okay, so out of all the El Ninos since really the 1920s, 1930s, only been about maybe 5 or 6 cases there. In November, when we have what we call negative global angular momentum, generally pretty unusual with an El Nino. Okay, so what that means is the trade winds during negative global angular momentum slow down. They don't move as quickly from west to east. Now you see all that warming at Nino 1.2 right now? That could end up actually cooling off a little bit if we maintain a negative global angular momentum situation. In other words, the winds won't blow as quickly from west to east. But this is the situation right now, okay? And so we have warm weather, warm ocean temperatures. We have negative global angular momentum, which is fairly unusual during an El Nino. And this is what usually happens. We only have really 3 cases when you have that warmest tongue at Nino 1.2 off the coast of Peru there. Okay, because some of the warmer waters extend further west during El Nino. This is concentrated mainly over the eastern part of the Pacific. Only 3 cases, right? Only one, the 2014-2015 El Nino, became strong. So that means it's probably about a 33% chance of this particular El Nino, if global angular momentum remains negative, the trade winds weaken, only about a 1 in 3 chance for a strong El Nino in 2024. So what typically happens right now with negative global angular momentum, the warming you see there, the warmest at Nino 1.2 near Peru, and also some other teleconnections that we look at. Cool to normal weather, late October, November, eastern half of the country. A reason why we spiked the natural gas as well as a bullish EAA number on Thursday. Had a major move in natural gas on the psychology that maybe it will get colder for the fall and winter. Again, subscribe to my newsletter. I'll help you if you're a natural gas trader. That may not necessarily be the case. We could have a very volatile winter, which means using option strategies in natural gas to catch cold and warm features between November and January and February. Okay, so again, 1 of 3 of these situations with negative global angular momentum, usually it's positive this time of the year during El Ninos, only 1 of 3 cases became a strong El Nino. So how about we look at the present situation of El Nino? Negative global angular momentum, whether we have a weak or moderate El Nino the next few months or strong, 1 of 3 cases are strong. Look at December trends right as we begin to see the corn crop begin to pollinate in South America, and we finished soybean planting. Look how we have above normal rainfall in December, which means after perhaps a post-harvest rally in corn and soybeans, the weather turns bearish for the most part for the winter South American summer. Right now, though, there's some real big heat. Look at that, near 100 degrees in northern Brazil. They have to get rain for planting here the next few weeks, folks. I'll be watching that for Weather Wealth clients. It may affect coffee. The Brazil coffee areas are getting some rain, but on the fringe of having some real heat. And again, I'll be talking about that in my newsletter, how to trade coffee strategies as well. But what happens if the global angular momentum becomes actually positive? In other words, like the woman that has her arms further apart there, right? What happens if global inclement actually becomes positive? You tend to see drier than normal weather during El Ninos in the coffee growing regions and also in soybean producing areas. So if for some reason the global inclement switches, we could see some problems later on this year for Brazil, coffee, and also soybeans. But right now, I think we're looking at generally good crops for South American grains over the next few months. Okay, so that's the situation. Both 2004 and also 1977 were El Nino situations. We're kind of weak to moderate, but nevertheless had dry weather in northern Brazil during December and January as global momentum became actually positive. I know this is very confusing, but you can look at this video once again. How about trading right now? So in our Weather Wealth newsletter, here's some of the things we talked about. Look at that technical analysis. When you buy a breakout, you can have a good short-term trade here when you break a trend line, like the natural gas market that rallied on cold weather forecast Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and a bullish EIA. Look at the crude oil market collapsing below support. Very often on double and triple bottoms on charts, you can buy and sell markets, whether it's natural gas, whether it's crude oil, and even gold. To my clients about 2 weeks ago, I mentioned, hey, look, higher interest rates, the stronger dollar, people are putting money into more conservative, safe investments, maybe taking money out of the stock market, but with higher interest rates, people are taking money out of gold. Look how you could have sold a triple bottom in gold about a week and a half ago and made over, my goodness, $80 to $90 a contract, about 7 or 8% in gold over the last few weeks. So anyway, that's a combination of both weather forecast, weather information regarding El Nino, what we're going to be watching for clients, and also how to trade commodities on technical analysis. Certainly weather is very, very important, and that's what we offer clients around the world. Stay tuned. Whether we have negative or positive global inclement momentum will affect how El Nino shapes up here in the next few months, and will affect both natural gas, soft, and also grain commodities. Thank you.